The prosecution in the 1MDB audit report tampering trial have made a formal application at the KL High Court to seek the presence of former 1MDB President and CEO Arul Kanda Kandasamy as a prosecution witness to testify against his co-accused Datuk Seri Najib Razak. Senior Deputy Public Prosecutor Datuk Seri Gopal Sri Ram said this is because Arul Kanda has information about transactions made by Najib in February 2016. This information, he said, is relevant as it will materially affect the outcome of the prosecution against the Pekan MP, who is the former chairman of 1MDB's Board of Advisors. He said the prosecution will ask Arul Kanda about the meeting held in February 2016 and about events which preceded the meeting and events after the meeting. According to Sri Ram, Attorney General Tan Sri Idrus Harun has sanctioned the prosecution's application. Arul Kanda's lawyer Datuk N. Sivanandan said they will leave it to the court to decide on the application. Najib's lawyer Tan Sri Muhammad Shafi Abdullah said the defence objected to the application as it is unconstitutional. The court will hear submissions from the prosecution and the defence on the 30th of this month. MSM Malaysia Holdings warns that its profit margins will be challenged as it braces for a prolonged high-cost environment due to higher expenses for raw sugar, shipping and fuel, and as it takes into account foreign exchange movements at a time when MSM continues to ensure food security for Malaysia. In an emailed reply to inquiries by the edgemarkets.com today, MSM Group CEO Syed Faisal Syed Muhammad said most countries have switched to looking inward to ensure food security in times of crises and inflation. He is also mindful of the situation in major sugar producer Brazil, where any sugar shortage will put pressure on global markets and cause a price increase for raw sugar, which MSM imports to produce white sugar. Earlier today, MSM had called on Putrajaya to review sugar prices, pointing out that sugar prices in Malaysia were last reviewed in 2011, during which the price increase was only 1 cent per kilogram. Syed Faisal had suggested at the company's Hari Raya Do an increase of at least 30% from the current price of RM2.85 per kilogram. Sime Darby Plantations saw its first quarter FY22 net profit grow 27.76% year-on-year to 718 million ringgit, driven by stronger recurring profit before interest and tax or PBIT, which compensated for the lower profits from non-recurring transactions, a result of lower gains from compulsory land acquisition by the government. In a filing with the Bourse, Sime Darby Plantation said the recurring PBIT rose 55% to 839 million ringgit, primarily due to higher crude palm oil and palm kernel prices. Quarterly revenue rose 19.28% to 4.38 billion ringgit. In a separate statement, the group said that while palm oil demand may be affected by current elevated prices, this will be mitigated by the tight supply and availability of alternative vegetable oils, as well as supply chain disruptions caused by the ongoing Russia-Ukraine conflict. It also expects lower overall fresh fruit bunch production against FY21 as the intake of new foreign workers for the plantation industry is only expected to arrive in the second half of the year. The group expects encouraging performance for FY22. At the close, Sime Darby Plantations shares fell 0.96% to RM5.18, valuing it at about 35.82 billion ringgit. Khazanah National has inked a strategic partnership with South Korea's SK EcoPlant Co., which will see the Seoul-based company taking up a 30% stake in Khazanah's waste management investee company Senviro. In a statement today, the Sovereign Wealth Fund said SK EcoPlant was selected to support Senviro in its next level of strategic growth, in line with the aspirations of the industrial development of the national waste management sector. Khazanah MD Datuk Amirul Faisal Wan Zahir said the growth plan for Senviro echoes Khazanah's mandate to develop globally competitive companies that are anchored to sustainability. Meanwhile, Senviro MD Dr. Johari Jalil said the partnership will strengthen the company's operational and technological capabilities as well as elevate end-to-end waste management solutions and bring greater value to customers. The transaction is subject to regulatory approvals. According to Khazanah, SK EcoPlant has global presence in 15 countries with over 44 years of experience in eco-friendly businesses in the fields of integrated waste management, energy, engineering and construction. Senviro currently operates as a circular waste management solutions provider, mainly in treatment and disposal, as well as recycling and recovery of scheduled waste. US chocolate maker the Hershey company has announced the opening of its new research and development R&D center in Johor under an investment which will form a core part of its strategy to drive international growth through innovation. In a statement, it said this new facility will enable Hershey to quickly develop, test and launch new products customized to the tastes of consumers across the region and will become one of Hershey's largest R&D facilities outside of the US. Hershey, which already has a chocolate factory in Johor, said the 10,400 square foot R&D facility is a significant investment in the Malaysian market and will house R&D laboratories, a packaging development facility and a sensory area. It did not specify the value of its investment in the new centre. According to Hershey's website, Johor is now home to the global company's second largest chocolate factory. It said the flexible technology at this plant will enable production of the broadest array of products of any Hershey factory outside of the US and Mexico.